Hello, my name is Caroline and I am a Living Classroom Program Coordinator. Today I'm going to teach you how to make simple dyes from plants and other materials found in nature. Humans have been making dyes from plants and other natural materials for over 4,500 years. Dyes made from things like lichen, carrots, onion skins, asparagus, coffee grounds, bark, and many flowers such as marigolds, dandelions, and goldenrods can be used to add color to clothing. Although today we can go to the store and buy clothes off the rack in all kinds of wonderful colors, it's still fun to make our own natural dyes from plants and use them to dye fabric and even paint with. Let's get started. To make simple dyes at home, you will need dye material such as blackberries, raspberries, spinach, clay, coffee grounds, dried flower petals, calendula and marigold work well, and spices like turmeric. A mortar and pestle or a bowl and thick stick, a fine mesh strainer, a spoon, a cup or bowl, measuring spoons, water, paintbrushes, newspaper, a number 2 pencil, and a piece of cloth such as an old white t-shirt or watercolor paper. To make a purple color, place a fine mesh strainer over a cup or bowl and add about 5 blackberries to the strainer. Use the back of a spoon to press the juice out of the berries and into the cup or bowl below. Add about 1 tablespoon of water to the mashed berries in the strainer and keep pressing until you've pressed all of the juice into the cup or bowl. You can use this same technique with raspberries to make a nice pink color. To make a beautiful bright yellow-orange color, pick and dry some flower petals from a calendula or marigold plant, and then put about 1 tablespoon of the dried flower petals into a mortar or bowl. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder and 2 tablespoons of water. Use a pestle or thick stick to grind the ingredients until the liquid is a nice yellow-orange color. Use a fine mesh strainer to strain the yellow-orange dye into a cup. To make green, place 5 spinach leaves into a mortar or bowl and add 2 tablespoons of water. Use a pestle or thick stick to grind the leaves until the liquid turns a bright green color. Use a fine mesh strainer to strain the green dye into a cup. You can use the same technique with clay, coffee grounds, or even bark to make a nice brown color. Once you've made your plant dyes, you can use a paintbrush to paint them onto a piece of cloth, white t-shirt, or watercolor paper. You can even use a regular number 2 pencil to trace a simple design onto your fabric or paper first, and then color your design with your plant dyes. I'm going to draw and paint on a piece of linen, which is a fabric made from a plant called flax. Remember to keep your design big and simple, since the plant dyes tend to run like watercolor paints, which makes it difficult to keep the colors inside of fine lines. This plant dye making activity comes from our 5th grade Colonial Uses of Plants lesson, but we feel that people of all ages would enjoy this activity. We encourage you to be adventurous and use these techniques with other natural dye materials to see what other fun colors you can create.